Ho ho ho. Hello there, and welcome to Washington, which I think is in Canada. I remember that much of the American continent has recently had a bit of an accident. And I, Shadow, pseudonym, you know how it goes. When you're an entrepreneur, explorer, and master collector, you need a pseudonym. Something to throw off anyone who has trouble with your mannerisms. But Canada's having trouble, which means one can go anywhere they'd like and find anything they seek. And so, I'm going to give Washington a visit. Our first order of business is finding a place to establish myself, and preferably acquiring some sort of automotive transport and storage unit. Whew. You know, I would have brought something if it was easier to... Ah. That's not what I want. That's what I want. Ha! Now that I have some means of self-defense, we can begin collecting Canadian money. Ooh. There's one thing I dislike. It's the beginning of any adventure. Always such a hassle to get everything set up and ready to roll and all that kind of stuff. There. This ray could use some repairs, and I'm pretty sure I can get something interesting out of that. There we go. Now, I'm not too familiar with the Canadian countryside, or the Canadian areas. I usually operate in Europe. Fine place, plenty of things to take. And to be fair, despite being an explorer, I've never had the, well, luxury of exploring a more urban environment. That police location might be interesting. Worth a little visit. Plenty of good stuff to be found there. What a wonderful day. You know, when they said that there were zombies, I didn't think all of Canada would be like this. I thought it just meant a few empty houses left and right. Some lower security here and there. Didn't think it meant that, you know, entire fire stations got knocked over. Apparently these things work. Flare. That'll get some eyes. And some new pants. Probably no... Yes, of course it's no better. A thief should come better equipped than this, I'll admit. Didn't exactly pick the best equipment for this job. But as I mentioned, I kind of washed up on shore and figured I could work it out from there. Find a rescue operation, take everything that wasn't bolted down to the ground. Turns out that was idle hope. All this metal will serve me well. I wonder where I am, even. To be completely frank, I'm not even sure where I inserted myself into this environment. A cobra. Now, firearms are not much my style, but... I'll have to be honest with one thing. It's that I'm not in the position to be pickish. I don't think I can take much more in terms of... Ugh. Things are stinky, filled with something nasty. I feel disgusting. Luckily, I have experience in the medical field. With basic aids, at least. A good thief knows his way around, and a good explorer knows his way around even more. Dear me. What did I just pick up? A bandana. Charming. I'll have to say, didn't expect Canada to have such a, well, exhaustive ornament. Which I don't think I can fix without a good blowtorch. Strip him down. I'll reload them. Clip, 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 clip. There. Now I have 2 left. Not much, but you know what they say. No reloads for this puppy, huh? Well, that's fine with me. Never was much of a gunman. Once found a military blade snooping around one of those good old-fashioned army dumps. Plenty of those in Europe. They're nice, neat places where you can buy the finest weapons and armor. Quite a fan. These things are tougher than your average person, aren't they? Not that I know much about the act of murder, but I have enough experience to know that humans aren't supposed to be that durable. Is money even worth picking up nowadays? Depends on if I can find anyone that's still alive, given the circumstances. A nice carrot. A good thief always enjoys his carrots. They're not all alike is the thing that catches me off guard the most. But I see a station filled with fuels. That's not a bad thing to come across. Let's hope I can find a fuel tank of some sorts. Getting a fuel tank will allow me to restore the fuel of any vehicle. They are much more common than I had imagined. And it's throwing me off quite a bit. I mean, you'd think the population density would be less near the city since people would run away seeing a zombie infestation, but no. People seem to have been perfectly content. Taking it all in stride. Ha! Oh. Just a carjack. Good if I find a fine motor vehicle. In need of a flip. I will admit, didn't expect to be this well equipped in terms of weaponry, but I don't need weaponry right now. I need an automobile vehicle. So I can cut down on the walking. The less walking I have to do, the faster I can get around, and the faster I can get around, the less food I'll need. I will, of course, at some point need to set up some sort of installation with some supplies, because I see no signs of evacuations or evacuation attempts. Which naturally means that there's no one doing anything in terms of long-term survival. Meaning that I have only myself to rely upon. Time to disassemble some wares. Should have gone to a flashlight. Considering I can't do much with that weapon anyway. Wouldn't be the worst idea to do. I need heat and cooking. Guess I have to pick up a lot of things if I want to get through this one alive. There doesn't seem to be any automobile vehicle other than that fire truck, which isn't all that much, all things considered. Bandage. Oh! Antibiotics, painkillers, bandages. Someone seems to have taken their time, taking everything they could. That wasn't bolted down to the ground. I'll take my vitamins, thank you. And the suture kit. And some cough syrup. Let's go and acquire ourselves a fire truck. I wonder if anyone decided to lock their vehicles before they arrived or left. Which direction to go, however? I can't even navigate. I haven't navigated using the sun since forever. Mostly because the places I go have street maps at every street corner. Oh, the luxuries of working in Europe. A land with a much better infrastructure than whenever this is. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to acquire some supplies, like a saw, and hack myself together some crates I can glue onto this truck. But I have to live with what I have, and at the moment, that's not much. There's something up there. It might be good. I think it's best to avoid cities for now and try to find camping grounds. If these Canadians have no respect for the idea of having decent, maps lying around, then the best alternative is high ground. Or staying away from the cities until I have sufficient armaments and ammunition to protect myself. A katana! Not the worst weapon to have in times like these, although certainly not the best. No need of handcuffs. I guess I'll have to leave the money behind. Okay, let's go carefully. Ah, my younger days. Actually, I haven't given this place a good look over. That seems like the good idea to do while I'm up here. There's a farm over there. Some sort of a racetrack over there. Let's pull out my binoculars. There's a big city over there with a giant tower. That is a racetrack. People call it an apocalypse. I call it opportunity. There's nothing on that island but some berries. Ugh. Canada could use... I need a camping ground or a military installation. Something that would have detailed... I detect a military installation. That is a tank. Not the most subtle of vehicles, but certainly worth a visit. I need to find a blowtorch, turn all this metal into something usable. I should give that tanking station another go. But first, I'm quite certain I can find all the tools for automobile repair at such a station. After all, racing cars are known to crash into things and cause all kinds of hubbub. And perhaps I can even find, well, if you'd buy me some time, I think I can get myself some crates right about now, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. Although, until I have some guarantee of fuel, it it's not really worth investing time into something. You good? Preparation is one thing, but preparation for something you can't guarantee you need or can use, that's just foolishness. It seems the military has a straw. There was something there that flashed in and out of existence. I think we are dealing with something. This one thinks he's clever! Clearly never had the luxury to fight someone who actually knows what they're doing. You know, I've seen convoys, but they never, je ne sais quoi, fall over this easily. Especially not altogether. An Avenger, Heartbreaker, military knife. Now there's a knife you can wake me up for any day of the week. Compact, effective, and efficient. But nothing truly worthwhile. Although I am interested to see if that Heartbreaker is worth any bit of time. Let's have a look-see. It's a big gun. Military magazine, only a couple of bullets. It's Belgium. What is Belgium assault rifle doing this far out? Into Canada. Raw explosives. I'll tell you, there is no day of the week that a good bit of explosives haven't saved my life from, well, problems. Nothing opens a vault like a good blast. Although I am more of a subtle agent myself. What are those crawly things? Oh. So this is a tunnel, but it's clogged up. Seems to be only minimal resistance. Nothing I can't manage with my trusty axe. Or my knife, if I had the space to swap it out with. This knife, I tell you, it's fast. And does some real good damage. Once found this knife in an excavation out by Cambridge. That's when I learned the true power of a weapon that's fast. But then again, that's something you learn very fast in general when the circumstances aren't too forgiving. Let's have a look-see. Mostly just generic devastation. And a grenade of the fragmentation kind. Oh well. I think we both know which knife gets to stay and which knife gets salvaged. Though I don't really need much more metal right now. Hup, ho, hup. I've once seen a peacemaker. Quite the interesting weapon. Quite the interesting weapon. I quite like it. Subtle design, easily suppressed. Now I would take this tank with me, but I'm very much afraid that if I were to drive anything more opulent than a fire truck... Again, tanks are durable, but they're not fast. And as things are at the moment, speed is of essence. Wiring's out. Brilliant. Bloody brilliant. See if I can scrap some salvage. Look at that. Speed is of the essence. Nothing more, nothing less. Repairs, repairs. Repairs clean up the inventory. However, I have need of more cloth. American. So we're in America. guess they do like their Washingtons. Although they are more of a fan of Benjamins in most instances. You can't show up with a Lincoln. That's thief humor for you. The spectator stands is where I expected to find most people. Well, zombies. No covered environments. Another paintball ornament. There is a race car, however. With sufficient fuel, it'll prove a useful ally. Let's have a drink and a snack. What do I have? Ugh. Oh. Almost yearn for the days that things were simpler. Ugh. Ugh. Fuel! I told you there'd be fuel out here. Metal bars. Ooh, those are useful. Work jeans. Can turn those into something snappy. But I'm not looking for any of this. Duct tape. The things I've been able to do with a good strap of duct tape. Well, the day is getting on. Ooh. And I do feel that it might be wise for me to take my leave. And take my stay here. And then tomorrow, after the sun has come and gone, we'll see about Washington. But where to go? I'm quite unfamiliar with the terrain. Wouldn't have been a terrible idea to have brought a map. But I saw a city somewhere over there, full of possibilities. Might not be a bad idea to go over there, perhaps. Big tower means big money. But first I must scour this place for some fuel. Or fuel tanks. Refuel up my truck. Get some pine crates. And load it up to go. I'll see every one of you later.